Okay, Git, Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, then Maven, SonarQube, Nexus. So guys, these are the first level. So I can say you have to more concentrate on these tools first. Okay, Docker and Kubernetes. And second level is this one. Second, out of all these tools, okay, so you have to more concentrate on these tools first. Second level is this one. Third level is the third level is this one, Ansible. These are fourth level guys. So maybe apart from that, Linux. Maybe Naga was also next level only. AWS. Yeah. So guys, these are the first level. Out of all the tools, you have to more and more you have to concentrate on these four tools, guys. Again, Linux and AWS are not DevOps tools, but apart from DevOps, okay, maybe when it comes to DevOps, Docker and Kubernetes are more competitors, guys. So nowadays, so these two tools have more again scope in DevOps tools, guys. If you have more concentration here, if you have more knowledge in this, fine. Remaining even 50% also fine, guys. Okay. Second level is these two, Git and Jenkins, and these are third level, guys. Ansible, Maven, SonarQube, Nexus. Third level, I can say. So please rest to these levels. Just concentrate, guys. Okay. Now then, second topic is Docker. I'm going to start now. Let me start. What is Docker? So guys, if I ask you what is AWS, what you will say, guys? What is AWS?
A cloud solution.
So AWS is a cloud provider, right? So what is the, maybe I'll just gone through from beginning, guys. If you go to in previous days, maybe around 13 years back. Okay, so if I want to own organization, something like WhatsApp, any page, so I should my own data center, guys. That is compulsory. Data center, but maintaining data center is not a easy task. See, this is your data center, guys. If you see the data center, this whole picture, this is called as enclosure. Okay, here these are called as servers, guys. Operating systems. Total 16 would be there. So here, see, he is the data center engineer. He is inserting the servers.
Actually, Amar,
16 servers would be there in single enclosure, guys. But
Still saying the
yeah, Amar, we are seeing
Amar,
your
you are not
WhatsApp screen.
audible.
yeah, tell me.
The voice is
Oh, is
breaking,
it?
Amar.
So just a minute. Is it? Okay, okay. Just a minute. Let me connect from my mobile, guys. I'm sorry. Just a minute, guys. What about now, guys? Are you able to hear me
Okay.
properly?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. What about my screen?
Okay.
We can see
Which
the
screen
blade
you are seeing?
servers.
Blade server.
Yes. Yes, you are right. So, okay, guys. In previous days, so maybe so, guys. Today's topic, I started Docker. So Docker is one of the very important concept, guys, out of all our DevOps tools. Okay, so that is what I'm going to start. Before that, I'm giving some overview. What is Docker? Why Docker is required in real time? Okay, that is what I'm giving overview today. So, guys, in like before starting with Docker, the background I'm giving in previous days how it would be, now how in current days how it would be. That is what I'm showing now. Okay, so in previous days, any organization, if they would like to start organization, if they would like to maintain any organization, so let's assume that myself, like I would like to start one organization like WhatsApp, such as WhatsApp, maybe Facebook, Twitter.com, any startup. So I should maintain my own data center, guys. Have you heard any time data center keyword, guys? Data center. What is data center, guys?
It
What is
contains
data center?
infrastructure like storage, network, all those.
Exactly, you are right. So something like this, guys. Your hardware would be like this in any data center, not like our laptops, not like our desktops. It would be like this, guys. Okay, this is called as one enclosure. Here you have, see, these are the servers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Total 16 servers would be there in a single server, single enclosure. But see the setup. See how much setup you need, how much wiring you need. You need a power setup, you need a network setup. Okay, huge setup. You need a storage setup. To set up one enclosure, it will take minimum 1 to 2 weeks, guys, to do all this stuff. First of all, you have to purchase it at the beginning of your organization. Again, purchasing hardware is also not a easy task, guys. Minimum 2 to 3 months it will take to purchase this hardware. This is not like online. You will get simply you'll book online your laptop or desktop. Very tough, guys, to get this hardware. Okay, so minimum 2 to 3 months it will take. Once you get, once you purchased it, also once you received this hardware, also your data center engineer like has to set up all this stuff. See the wiring, how much wiring it has. Very costly, guys. Hardware also very costly, setup also very costly. Again, you need different teams to do this stuff, guys, like network team, storage team separate, data center engineer separate, back power team separate, system admin separate. So see, this many teams you need to maintain your own data center. That too, only 16 servers you can maintain, guys, in a single enclosure. See how many enclosures you have to maintain in such a case. Sometimes if it is a big project, you need 1,000 servers also. So for maintaining 1,000 servers, guys, so these are called as physical servers. So for 1,000 servers, how many enclosures I need, guys? Each has 16 16 blade servers, 16 servers, 16 IP, maybe 16 OS you can install in one enclosure. So how many enclosures I need, guys, to maintain 1,000 server? Example I'm giving, around 65 enclosures, right? 65 enclosures you need, guys, around, to maintain 1,000 servers. Very costly. Now think about the data center again size. number of again data center engineer to maintain that hardware, to maintain the again power, network admin, system admin, storage admin, backup admin, power admin. This many teams you need to maintain your own data center. Okay. Now the next thing is later point of time to reduce the cost. VMware comes into picture, guys. VMware comes into the picture in the later case. So guys, do you know what is VMware? In a single server. Okay, so assume that here one server it is. On top of it, you can install VMware. Okay, on top of that VMware again, you can install again 10 servers like that. Virtually, guys, logically. So here also you need physical servers. So first physical servers, on top of it VMware. But to maintain 1000 servers, hardly I need maybe 10 enclosures, guys. 10 enclosures are fine, because in each enclosure 16 servers, 16 into 10 in each server you can maintain 10 servers. So 160 servers in enclosure, guys, logically. So guys, how many of you are aware of VMware, guys? Guys, what is VMware? Do you know that?
Yeah, it's a virtual machine running on top of hypervisor.
What is the use?
Uh, in one hardware we can install multiple OS or OS like that.
Exactly. So I'll give you the simple scenario, guys. Assume that I do have one laptop. Okay, either I can go with a Windows or a Linux at the same time. I cannot use both at the same time, Windows or Linux. But my requirement is both. I want to install both Linux and Windows. So then I should buy one more laptop, guys. But I don't have money. I don't have enough maybe money for to buy one more laptop. What I would do? Simply in my laptop itself, on top of like my laptop, I will install VMware. On top of VMware, logically I can install multiple OS, guys. So you're sharing your resource to save your cost. So guys, here also VMware in real time also VMware comes again in around 10 years back, VMware comes into picture to reduce the cost. So hardly 10 to 15 enclosures are fine. Okay, for 1000 server to maintain 1000 applications, maybe 1000 operating systems. Later case, guys, cloud comes into picture, like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud. What is the purpose of Google Cloud, guys? Maybe cloud. Here we no need to maintain the hardware, guys. Enclosures, data center, it's completely out of matter now. Simply we are creating account for AWS or Google Cloud or AWS Azure. We're logging into the cloud and we are creating our operating systems. So 10,000 servers if I want to build for my application, for my project, I don't need to have any data center, guys. You are saving almost 50 per, maybe assume that to maintain this 65 enclosures, maybe to maintain your own data center, it's taking just 1 crore. Assume that. The same servers, same number of servers, if you want to go with a VMware, okay, hardly it will take around 70 lakhs, guys. Now if you go with cloud, hardly it will take 40 lakhs. Now if you go with Docker to maintain the same set of servers, hardly it will take not even 25 lakhs, just 20 lakhs. See the difference, guys. See the difference. Docker is also, it's kind of infrastructure, guys, logical infrastructure. We used to call it as containerization to build our operating systems. So guys, why do we need operating systems? As I told you in previous sessions, in maybe in more sessions or previous sessions, guys, just a minute, okay? You have different servers, guys. So like dev environment with the different applications. Okay. So again, in the same way, QA environment. In the same way, production environment. So guys, based on your project, if you are working for WhatsApp, example, guys. So in to get those functionalities, you need so many applications, guys, internally. So many applications, so many databases internally. So for that purpose, actually, you need production servers. Again, every organization have dev and QA environment also. What is the purpose of dev, guys? Like development purpose, to develop new functionalities. To develop new functionalities, you need development servers again. Some set of servers, operating systems with a different applications. Again, the same setup you will have in QA setup also. One more setup. Here, testings will be done. Data center, guys. So how to maintain your servers? How to build your operating systems? It can be one of these infrastructure, guys. Either you have to go with either you have to maintain your own data center, so means physical servers directly. So 1,000 servers you can build by default. So here your data center engineer will give you the IP address of this one, guys. So every enclosure has one website, one web browser. Okay, he will set up that web browser. He will give that web browser to system admins or DevOps admin. DevOps admin will connect to this web browser, and he will create operating system, install operating system on top of these servers, guys. One time task, not every day. But it's very tough, guys. Maintaining hardware, maintaining your operating system, installing operating systems. Very tough. Very difficult tasks. Okay. Now later on, to reduce the cost, VMware comes into play. VMware is one of the third-party application, guys. Again, it's a paid version, not free of cost. Not free of cost, guys. VMware is a free, not a, it's a paid one. Again, you have to pay for that. Again, you have to maintain your own data center also. But instead of 65 enclosures, hardly 10 to 15 enclosures are fine, guys, to maintain 1,000 servers. So again, why 70 lakhs required here? Because VMware is paid version. It's a very costly one. Support also very costly only. Now later on, to reduce the cost of my infrastructure, the cloud comes into picture. Nowadays, everybody going with cloud only, guys. Most of the organization, any new startup, they are going with cloud only. They are not building their own data center. It's very big, tough, very costly. Why should I go with my own data center, guys? Because it's very costly. Simply what I am doing, I'm creating AWS account for my organization. I'm creating operating systems and I'm installing my applications. So which one is easy? Like purchasing hardware, waiting for 3 months, again setting up your data center engineer. So very difficult. Nobody will do that nowadays. Cloud. So here you are able to save your cost almost half of the cost, guys. See here, if you go with your own data center, 1 crore it is taking. But here hardly 40 lakhs to maintain your hardware. Very cheap. That too not immediately you are paying this 40 lakhs. Monthly bill, guys. So in that way also you are benefited only. Now later, again to reduce the cost, Docker comes into picture, guys. But Docker means it's similar to VMware, guys. You need one operating system. Maybe first we'll go with the cloud. Okay, instead of 1000 servers, what I will do? Maybe cloud. Here instead of 1000 server, I'll take around 250 servers. On top of each server, you will install Docker, guys. Again, in each server, you can install like 5 to 6 servers. Logically, virtually. To reduce the cost, guys. Docker is very, again, it's a free version, guys. Open source. You don't need to pay anything for Docker. Free version. Okay. So here hardly you'll maintain 20 lakhs, guys. You need 20 lakhs for this AWS server. But Docker, you are not paying anything. So with Docker, I'm maintaining my infrastructure again. Again, maintaining of your infrastructure is very, very easy, guys. To create an operating system, hardly we need. So guys, anybody can guess how much time it would take to create an operating system with Docker? Anybody? How much time it will take for your laptop, guys?
Be 1 hour, 30 minutes to 1 hour.
Yes, even data center also. If you maintain your own data center also, to connect to these data, maybe this enclosure over the network, because you are in your office. Your data center would be somewhere in US, somewhere in somewhere. Guys, you don't be inside the data center. You will connect to your data center over the network only to install operating system. Even after installing operating system also, you will connect over the putty only. Very tough, guys, to maintain the hardware. Again, to install an operating system. So with VMware, it will take half an hour, guys, 20 minutes to install an operating system. So guys, in AWS, how much time it is taking for you to install OS? Maybe to launch an OS?
And 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Yes. So 5 minutes, maybe maximum. So can you guess how much time it would be for Docker? Guys, how much it would be for Docker?
1 minute.
I'm sorry?
Is it in a minute?
Not even a minute. 10 to 15 seconds. Do you believe that? 10 to 15 seconds it will take to create an operating system with Docker. To create an operating system, to install an operating system, actually we don't say operating system, we used to say containerization, container. In different platforms, you will call it with different names. In AWS, what you are calling? EC2 instance, right? So in Docker, we used to call it as container, guys. Let's see how to do that.
Amar, sorry
Yes.
to interrupt. In the last line, you mentioned cloud, then 250 servers, then Docker. These 250 servers are nothing but EC2 instances in AWS.
Exactly.
Correct?
Exactly, you're right.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay, it can be anything, not only cloud. Even if you go with your physical server, sometimes what will happen? Maybe I don't want to go with cloud, even though I want to I don't want to go with cloud. I want to go with my own data center. Already my data center is available. Okay, I want to go with my data center itself. Here, maybe 250 servers means hardly around 10 enclosures again, 10 to 15 enclosures. It's up to you. I need one operating system first of all. To install an operating system, first of all, I need either my physical server or my cloud server. Most probably, we'll go with cloud only. So I'm going to show you in cloud how to build in each server, how to build again logical servers, Docker containers. Okay, but here just try to understand what is the purpose of Docker. So guys, what is the purpose of Docker? To maintain your infrastructure, to create your infrastructure, you need Docker. How you are building operating system in by using EC2, guys? The same way in EC2, logically you are building your operating systems again to reduce the cost. Maybe I'll give you one more scenario. So assume that now Milind came to me. Milind is from a one application team. Okay, he need 10 servers. Maybe he want to install 10 applications, different applications. He need 10 servers, guys. 10 operating system he need. He came to me. I'm the DevOps admin. He came to me. Now the question is, if I create 10 EC2 instance, so at month end, maybe at the month like maybe this month is August, coming month. So assume that August 1st I created one server, maybe 10 servers, 10 EC2 instance. So at the end of August, how many servers I have to pay? For how many servers I have to pay? Obviously 10 EC2 instance, right? Whatever the size, whatever the configuration I have taken, for those servers I have to pay. So instead of that, if I go with Docker, maybe what I will do, I'll create only one EC2 instance. On top of it, I will install 10 Docker containers. So now tell me, how many servers I have to pay? For how many servers I have to pay, guys? Hardly
For one
one
only.
server.
One.
Only one for one EC2 instance, not for 10 containers. Your intention is fulfilling, guys. My intention is 10 operating system. I'm creating, but I'm paying for only one EC2 instance. Logically, I'm creating my containers, guys. So what is the use of Docker here? Tell me, guys. If I go with Docker, what is my use here? What is the use? What is the benefit here for me?
It is cost effective.
Exactly. I'm saving my cost. So guys, I'm able to say all you need is one operating system. What is again? So I can go anywhere. I can go with physical servers. So initially, maybe around 15-20 years back, guys, every company they should own their own data center because there was no cloud that time. So later on, slowly, VMware comes into picture. So they reduce the cost little bit, their enclosure cost, because logically on top of each server, again they created a VMs. So they saved at least some cost, but still they need physical servers. They have to pay for that. Now later cloud comes into picture. You're able to save almost half of the cost when compared to physical server. But still 40 lakhs you are paying. Now again, I'm able to save my cost with the Docker, guys. Always your companies will look for cost cutting, right? To save the cost. So that is where Docker comes into picture, guys. Very easy to maintain your servers. In terms of cost, in terms of maintenance also. To create your operating system, hardly it will take 10 seconds, guys. 10 to 15 seconds. Now let's see that how to do that. So guys,
I had a question.
yes, tell me.
So whenever we take one EC2 instance and install 10 Dockers, so AWS gives only one IP, right, to connect one server.
Yes, you're right.
So then automatically we are connecting to 10, right? So
Yes, you're
security
right.
issues may be there.
No, so again, I'll show you that how exactly it will work, and I will see that.
And
Okay.
each server has one IP inside the Docker. So we are installing the 10 containers, right? So each container has any different IP.
Example I given. Actually, example I given, and here, guys, internally, okay, so they will use like same resource only, same IP address only. So they won't be again related containers only. We will build in a single host, guys, single EC2. It's not like all your like different applications you will set up in single Docker, single EC2 instance. So all related only we will install in one Docker one EC2 instance, maybe one machine. So there won't be any security. Only related, only whatever they need, they want to talk to each other. Those only will create in a single EC2 instance. So we'll look into that security part also. Don't worry, guys. Okay, you will get the Docker is not a again easy thing. You will have the good enough security in Docker. Okay, so that is the reason it is that much popular nowadays. Okay, you will see that now. So guys, who want to share the screen today? So guys,
I can
please
share.
respond. Yeah, maybe we'll go with Milind. Maybe Suman, you can share your screen tomorrow. Okay? So be ready with your screen tomorrow. So Milind, just a minute. So guys, I hope you understood what is Docker now. Just overview. Any doubts, guys? What is the purpose of Docker? Anybody? Are you good, guys?
Yeah. Containerization, basically.
Yes. Okay then. So can I have one EC2 instance? So which OS it is, Milind?
Amazon Linux.
Okay, anything is fine, guys. It doesn't matter. Like it can be Ubuntu, it can be CentOS, it can be Amazon, Red Hat, anything is fine. Now let's install Docker. Yum install Docker.
We installed yesterday, right? Maybe.
Yes. So we have to install Docker first. So Docker is an application, guys. Now you are ready. So start the Docker service first. Systemctl. Start Docker. Enter. Yeah. So you are ready, guys. So hardly it will take 2 minutes, guys, to set up the application also. Docker application also you installed already. Now clear the screen. Okay. So guys, see how easy to install an operating system. Again, container operating system is nothing but in terms of Docker, we will call it as a container, guys. See Docker space run space Docker run -dat -dat space, maybe let's go with Ubuntu image. Enter. That's it, guys. Your OS is ready. Do Docker ps, Docker space ps. Guys, your OS is running now. See how much time it took for us to create an OS, to create a container.
I think less than 10
Guys,
seconds. 12
less than 10 seconds, hardly 5 seconds, guys. How to log into this? You cannot log in from outside, guys. You have to log in from this EC2 instance always. Let me show you. Docker execute, Docker space execute space exec space -it space your container ID. No, not image. Your container ID, guys. Every container has one ID, guys. Yes, that is your container ID. You missed it. Space. No, it's not yet completed. /bin/bash.
Space /bin.
/bin/bash. Enter. So that's it, guys. You're in your container now. You're in Ubuntu machine now. Clear the screen. See the prompt. You're in your container now. You're in your OS now. Ubuntu OS, guys. This one. You can run apt commands now. Ubuntu stuff. Now come out. Exit. So in the same way, let's install CentOS. Docker run -dat CentOS. Docker run -dat CentOS. Enter. So do you have any network problem, Milin?
No, Amar.
It should not take actually this much time. Yeah. So do Docker PS now. See guys, one more OS. CentOS OS also built. 2 containers running now. See how easy it is. The maintenance of OS is very easy, guys. Again, so they will work similar to your EC2, guys. Once you log into the container, you can do the same thing. How you are working in EC2, in the same way, you can work with those containers also. You can install applications because those are also operating.
So can we do the, yeah? So can we do the configuration changes on these containers
Configuration?
changes like RAM, CPU, and all?
Yes. But here, think once your RAM, CPU, storage, everything is coming from your EC2 instance only. Yes or no?
Okay.
Can you mute
Yeah.
yourself? So getting some disturbance.
Yeah.
Maybe let me show you that. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Here in
Yeah.
one EC2 instance, we are building multiple OS, guys. Maybe assume that I need some, like maybe Jenkins server. Okay, maybe some Tomcat server, maybe HTTPD server, maybe again some Java server, again maybe some Nagios server. Okay, so around 5 to 6 servers I need. So generally what you would do, you will install one EC2 for this Jenkins, Tomcat one EC2, HTTPD one EC2, Java one EC2, Nagios one EC2. How many EC2s you need? 5 EC2s you need, right? So instead of that, what I will do, one EC2 I'll take. So 5 containers I will build. One for Jenkins, one for Tomcat, one for HTTPD, one for Java, one for Nagios. 5 containers I will build, guys. See, in a single Docker host, in single EC2 instance. Okay, you again these containers will work similar to OS, guys. How you are working with EC2, the same way these OS also will work. Now, like again, storage, network, RAM, CPU, everything it will consume from this OS only, guys. This main OS only. This main EC2 instance only. Okay, so you cannot directly attach the storage, maybe CPU, RAM from outside to these containers. First of all, you have to attach the storage, RAM, CPU to this EC2. That storage only will be available to your Docker containers. Everything. So that also I will show you how to work with storage, how to work with RAM, CPU, everything. Okay. Now let's jump onto your screen again. Go back, Milin. Share your screen.
Can you see it now?
No, not yet.
Yes.
Yeah. So clear the screen. Remove the maybe just the command. So guys, my operating systems are ready. Now let's see how much storage they are using, how much RAM they are utilizing. Yes.
What is the meaning of DIT? I find DIT.
We'll see those options also. Don't worry. Okay, -dat. What is that -dat? Without dat, if you run, what will happen? We'll see. First of all, try to understand the Docker concept. So guys, I hope everybody clear, now has some idea about what is Docker, right? What is the purpose of Docker, guys? To build infrastructure, to build your operating systems for less cost, with less cost, guys. To cost cutting, for the cost cutting purpose, you are using Docker, guys. Now, can you run this command docker space stats? Docker space stats, stats. Enter. So it will show you for each container how much RAM it is utilizing, how much memory it is utilizing from your Docker host. So something problem with yours, maybe I don't know, Melin. It won't take this much time actually. Immediately it should respond. Docker stats command. Go with root command, root user. Sudo space -a. So clear the screen. You can use Control L. Control L means clear.
Okay.
Yeah. Now do Docker stats. See guys, it will show you how many containers you have. Each container, like how much storage it is using, how much RAM, CPU utilizing. CPU it is utilizing almost 0% because nothing is running in that container. Memory it is utilizing 1.199 MB. See, almost like just less 0.12% it is utilizing the memory. Next, network also around 936 bytes network it is utilizing. Storage almost zero. Nothing is it is utilizing because we haven't again created any applications on top of it, right? Now that's the reason it's almost zero. So guys, based on your main EC2 instance, maybe the Docker host. What is Docker host? Can you write down the maybe some terminologies here? Guys, you have to understand some terminologies here. Open your notepad. First, Docker host. Docker host. Second, Docker image. Third, Docker container. Guys, Docker host is nothing but the host where you install Docker. That is called as Docker host. Where we install Docker. Docker application we install, right? So that host, that EC2 instance. Here in this case, your EC2 instance, guys. Where we install Docker. That is called as Docker host. Now Docker in your case, your EC2 instance. Don't say every time it is EC2. Because you might be you may install your Docker on top of your physical server, right? Even in your laptop also you can install Docker. That time that would be Docker host. Simple. You did yum install Docker, right? That machine is called as Docker host, guys. Okay. Now Docker image. Bootable image for your container is called as Docker image. Bootable image for your container, for your Docker OS. For Docker OS, maybe just for easy understanding, make it as Docker OS. So in terms of Docker, you used to call it as container, guys. Now next, Docker container. Running instance of your image is called as Docker container. Maybe with your image, if you create a OS, that is called as container, guys. In your AWS with AMI, I'm creating EC2 instance. Here with image, I'm creating container. Running instance of my Docker image is called as Docker container, guys. So guys, any difficulties here as of now? Any issues? Any doubts? Guys, any doubts till now?
What is Docker image? There's no clear idea about
It's a
it.
bootable image. Maybe let me ask you one question. You have your laptop. You bought your laptop. To install operating system, what do you need? To install an operating system on your laptop, what you will do? You will take one DVD, right?
Yeah.
What will be there in that DVD?
Operating system.
ISO image.
Same. Docker image means ISO image for your Docker containers. To build OS for Docker, you need ISO image. That ISO image is called as Docker image. Everywhere you are calling with different names. In AWS, what you are calling for maybe for your for image? AMI you are calling it as, right? Same here in Docker we used to call it as Docker image.
Okay.
So did you understand now what
Yeah,
is
yeah.
Docker image? Yeah. So guys,
Amar,
in different platforms we used to call it with different names. Yeah, tell me.
and Amar, this image is not restricted only with the operating system, right? We can also Dockerize, containerize our applications and everything, right?
Yes, we'll discuss about that. I don't want to be mess up with our students because everybody is new to this topic.
Okay.
Maybe first, as of now, let it go with the same whatever I am telling. Okay.
So,
Once
do you
you
have any
familiar,
example for Docker container? Any other example?
definitely we'll give maybe once you understand this Docker concept, maybe so in later classes. So I will give you like what kind of applications, what kind of OS you will build. Everything you will come to know. Don't worry about that. So, but as of now, what is the purpose? Just aware of it. Try to understand the Docker concept first. I'll give you the more examples, guys. Don't worry about that. I'll give you more AMIs, more images, more containers, how exactly you will build, what you will build, everything. So that you can understand. Okay, guys? Is that fine?
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So good, guys. So, guys, any doubts till now? Any doubts? Any clarities you need? Any difficulties, guys, about Docker? Again, the comments and all we'll see, guys. So many comments we do have in Docker. Okay, we'll see those comments. Don't worry. The storage, everything we'll discuss. Very
Actually,
important, guys. Yeah, tell me.
uh, actually, Amar, I tried to install Docker in my laptop, but it says some I need a specific OS version like professional or some kind of thing. It is not installing. So we need any
Maybe
specific.
it depends on the again distribution also. So it's yours is Windows, right?
Yeah, yes.
So maybe Windows required a different way for installation. You have to know the installation process in Windows. In Linux, simply you are using yum install Docker. In the same way, you have to aware how to install, which OS you need, maybe which version you need, right? Based on that, you have to go. Even I'm not sure which version you need for Windows. Just check it in Google, or maybe your distribution name. So guys, always if you don't know something, how to install some application on top of your laptop or maybe some Linux works. So type in this way, how to install Docker on CentOS 7. So guys, obviously different versions, different OS need different ways. Yes or no? The same way you cannot use in all the distributions, guys. You have to aware of that. Even in Windows, I ever done that, but it's not a big deal, guys. simply just go with your maybe just Google it, how to install Docker on top of Windows. Okay, so that you can find it out. Anything else, guys? Anything else you want to ask? Guys, anything else?
No, Amar.
Okay, good. So maybe let's wind up the call, guys, as of now. Again, tomorrow class, we'll discuss more things in Docker. So guys, but next 3 weeks, very, very important, guys. This is the first level of tools, Docker and Kubernetes. Very, very important for any DevOps admin, guys. Okay, and remaining will be like again second level. Git to Jenkins will be second level. Third level will be Ansible, Maven, Sonar, Nexus, Nagios. Levels, why I'm saying levels means you need more concentration based on the level, guys. So that if you have more concentration, maybe more knowledge on Docker and Kubernetes, it will be good for you. You will get more opportunities. That is the reason I'm saying like that. It's not like you should learn less for Docker and maybe Git and Jenkins. You should learn simultaneously, and like those also important only, but second importance. Maybe the priority level, it would be second level. That is what I was saying. Okay. So again, okay, guys, thanks for your time. We'll join in tomorrow class again, same time, same link. Okay.
Thanks, Amar.